Call the City of Hawarden regular City Council meeting to order. It is Wednesday, October 11th at approximately 5:34 p.m. All are present except for Mayor Porter, and Doc may be joining us. We have a short agenda tonight. We'll start with standard agenda item approval of the September 27th council meeting minutes. Those were in your packets. Do we have a motion?
So moved.
Motion by John. Do we have a second?
Second.
Second by Payne. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion carries. Agenda item 1B is approval of the October 11, 2017 claims for payments. We'll start with John.
No questions, thanks.
Payne?
None, thank you.
Tim?
No.
I'll entertain a motion.
So moved.
Moved by Tim. Do we have a second?
Second.
Second by Payne. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
And I abstain. Agenda item 1C is open business from the community. Seeing none, there will not be a mayor's report. Is there anything for council comments? Seeing none, we'll move to staff reports and start with Jim today.
Nothing.
Tom?
Just one thing, Rehab Systems is cleaning sewers. We do a third of the system every year, and they're in town at the moment, so if you notice a big truck at the intersections, that's who it is.
Okay. Pam?
No, nothing, thank you.
Okay. Gary?
I just want to let you know that we met with Wayne Schlofeld, Schlofeld Engineering, and he's beginning the process of putting some basic numbers together, at least early on numbers, as to Avenue L and 11th and 12th Street and Avenue M, first two blocks of Avenue M. It'd be Avenue L from 10th to 20th. We told him that, in our opinion at least, that we probably wouldn't get into discussions until January, just because we've got 3 council seats open, and my position hopefully will be changing about that time as well, and probably good to start those discussions with the folks that will be around for the next several years, but we will have some preliminary numbers that we'll share with you once we get those, so that you guys can review them. So. But just keep in mind, you know, some things you'll need to think about would be, again, he'll have some recommendations regarding whether the replacement of a water line, a 10-inch water main that goes down Avenue L, and what his thoughts are on that. I think we're going to dig down and look at the water line in a couple places and see what it looks like, at least on the exterior. And also, you know, there'll be questions that will come up as to hospitals' participation, again, assessments. Do you want to maintain the same assessment schedules? The Catholic Church has about a block and a half there as well, so a fairly large assessment there and what you want to do there, and you know, some of those things to be thinking about, at least as you get into those discussions down the road. But just kind of food for thought for tonight. But
Okay.
We had a good meeting, and it's kind of exciting to get another project like that started again. So
Good.
the other piece you'll want to think about is if you do the water line, are you going to want to separate that as a project that would be water utility specific, so that you would pay for that water line with water revenues, or do you want to incorporate it into the entire street project and pay for it as one lump sum? You know, those are all things you need to again be thinking about. So just, you know, we're months away from that, but at least gives you some things to start to kick around in your brain a little bit. So that's all I have.
Any questions on that from council?
I'm just curious, when Trinity, did they end up getting assessed?
Yes, all the churches have been assessed, yep, and at the full rate as well. The only reason I bring up the Catholic Church is because it is a very extensive length
That's why I was just curious what we had done before.
of property, so it's just more of like a block and a half, I think, if you look at it. So, and you know, whatever you want to do is really entirely up to you, but just keep in mind, we did fully assess all the other churches, so.
Okay. Jason is not with us tonight, so we'll move to agenda item 4, the final report on cleanup days.
I don't have a lot on that. We had, this spring, we had 27 dumpsters, 5 of which we used for the electric disposal of some creosote poles. So that brought us down to 22, and probably for the last 15 years, we've averaged 22 dumpsters twice a year for our cleanups. This spring, or this fall, we had 9 dumpsters, which was a little bit shocking. There was a lot less tonnage down there, so seemed like a lot of iron. And Jeff Carr hauls that away, so there's no price or bill for that. So I don't know if it's a little, we're finally getting caught up. We thought this might have happened quite a long time ago, but it was kind of nice to have 9 dumpsters anyway. Our budget's $12,000 for both cleanup, spring and fall, and we spent close to that on the spring one. But there again, we had that extra tonnage in there with the poles, so see what we do next year.
It'll be about a third of that this year, right? Or something like that? You said,
Should be.
the cost?
Yep, for this fall one.
Good.
So, the
Jen-
nice thing is they had it cleaned out, and by Wednesday of the week following, cleanup finished on Sunday, and by Wednesday, they had it all cleaned out. They kept bringing dumpsters, and did a great job this time, so we appreciate.
We have a new gal
independent waste.
working on that's hauling dumpsters, and she did a great job.
Good. Agenda item number 5 is the last one, consent agenda, request from Brian Engelman, doing business as the golf course for liquor license transfer on Saturday, October 14th to the community center.
So moved.
We have a motion by Payne. Do we have a second?
Second.
Seconded by John. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion carries. That being it, I'll entertain a motion to adjourn. Moved by Tim. Do we have a second?
Second.
Seconded by Payne. All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? We are adjourned.